It's nice. I've just finished work and having myself a home brew. A nice IPA made. And I thought I'd make a video and show you my new pipe, my new e-pipe that I bought from Underwood Mods. And it's this. It's called the Tolkien. Oh no, it's called the Tolka. Sorry, Tolka. Which to me looks very much like a Danish Freehand. The light's not particularly good here, I'm afraid, sorry. But there we go, I think that's better. You can see there, lovely grain on the wood. The nice rusticated rim of the bowl, which is very typical of the style, Danish Freehand. And the contrasting wood there on the shank, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful pipe. And the actual stem, it's got this, oh, you can see it well there. You've got this lovely tortoise shell acrylic stem. And it vapes very well. So I put this on Facebook actually, and I said, oh, it's, you know, obviously a Danish Freehand inspired pipe. And someone came back and said, actually, Tolka is a river north of Dublin. And centuries ago, about 1500 years ago, there was a battle there between the Celts and the Vikings. And the Celts won. So I thought, maybe then it's a Celtic inspired pipe. But I've looked on the internet and I can't find a Celtic pipe. There's no sort of shape, or everything that was coming back was the Dublin shaped pipe. So I think it is inspired by a Danish Freehand, but it's just named after a river in Dublin. And I found also some information on the internet in a forum, pipe forum, and someone was talking about Danish Freehands, and he said, well, there's no distinctive shape because it's freehand, but there are some characteristics that they all tend to share in common. And the first one is this rusticated rim of the bowl, and also they have a conical shape to the bowl, usually with a pointed bottom, and also they are carved and stained in a way that highlights the grain of the wood, which that certainly does, and the grain is usually from top to bottom, as well as having a fluted shank. So it ticks all the boxes for a Danish Freehand, so I'm calling it a Danish Freehand. And it vapes very well. I do like these long stems. It sort of cools the vapour down and sort of enhances the flavours of the tobacco. Whereas with them shorter little mouthpieces, drip tips that you get with these Nautilus 2s, take a toot on that, like I do when I go out, because when I go out I just carry a little pocket box mod with me. When I take a toot from that, it's just, you know, in comparison, it's a very warm vape, and it's hot vape, and it's sort of like just an immediate hit. And you don't really get the time to appreciate the flavour as much as you do with something like this, I find anyway. Which of course leads me on now to what is it that I'm vaping, and it's my Saint Bruno pipe tobacco. Very popular pipe tobacco in the UK. It's been around for decades. I think it's the most popular over-the-counter tobacco you can buy in the UK. It's as famous for its being a tobacco as it is for its adverts. Its adverts were very popular in the 70s and the 80s when you could actually advertise on TV. Very easy vape. Nothing hard about it. It's a mixture of Virginias and Kentucky. The Virginias you can taste, they're there. There's a sweetness to the vape. Kentuckys are coming through as a very sort of earthy flavour. it's dry, and there's just a hint of like a citrusy, dried fruity flavour as well in there, just to give it an extra dimension, which is really enjoyable. I'm enjoying this one. But it's not heavy. It's not what you call a heavy vape. I can see why it's popular over the counter, because it's just like an everyman's everyday pipe tobacco. You know, you just buy a pouch and you just puff on it all day long. So it's really nice. I'm enjoying this. Now I am going to send some again to Aussie Piper. I forgot this weekend. Sorry, apologies. I know I sent you a direct message on Facebook. I forgot, I didn't get round to it this weekend. But I will be sending you some, because I'm liking it. It's nice. It's nice to have that balance between the sweetness of the Virginias, but that earthiness of the Kentucky. And it's not a smoky Kentucky, so. Yeah, it's just like an earthy flavour there. Very nice. Nicely balanced. I'm making a couple more actually. I've just started them this week, so let me show you them. The first one is another Peterson's, because I made the Peterson's Balkan Delight. This is Peterson's St Patrick's Day. Every year Peterson, because it's an Irish company, they make a St Patrick's Day special blend, and they change it every year. This is 2017, so this has been in the tin for about 2 years, and quite hard to do with one hand. I don't think I can, because they're really sealed on tight. It's a really pungent smelling tobacco. Now, Bremen Pipe Smoker, who's one of my favourite pipe tobacco reviewers on YouTube, he reviewed this in 2017. He liked it. He was saying that there is some sort of aromatic added, like an orangey flavour. The problem I find with DIY is that sometimes the aromatic doesn't come out. And what a lot of DIYers do is they'll add the aromatic back in using an e-liquid flavouring. So I don't know what I'll do with it, but I'll certainly try it and then make a decision after that. But certainly it's been a popular pipe tobacco. And then the second one, which I'm really looking forward to, this has also been reviewed by Bremen Pipe Smoker. It's Samuel Gowerth Cabby's Mixture. And this is, ironically, called a vapor. But we don't mean vaping. Vapor means it's a mixture of Virginia, that's the VA, and Perique. So it's a Virginia and Perique mix. And according to Bremen Pipe Smoker, it's one of the most pepperiest tobaccos that he's tried. Now, of course, palates change. I've heard other reviews of this saying it's a little bit spicy. So I love pepper, and I'm going to be interested to see how my palate takes to this. Is it going to be really peppery or just a little bit? But an interesting one to try, Virginia and Perique. So unfortunately it's going to be 2 months before I can try it, but I think it'll be worth the wait. So in February those two will be ready as well. Right, well, I've used up too much of your time. I've hoped you've liked seeing the pipe. Underwood Mods, this is my second one. I've got the Geo, the little bulldog, and there's this. They are just fantastic quality. I mean, really well made. Oh, if you're thinking of getting a good quality e-pipe, definitely have a look at these guys, Underwood Mods in Australia. If you're in Europe, you do have the problem of customs, so they're not the cheapest of pipes. I will, say that up front. And in Europe, of course, you've got the problem that you've also got to pay customs tax on it, because they're classed as a tobacco product, even though it's wood. But still, hey, it's classed as a tobacco product. You've got to pay customs duty when it enters the country. And I think that's about 10-15% of the value of the product. So these are around £350. You're looking at about another between £30-40 duty when it comes into the country. So you've got to bear that in mind as well if you ever go and look at his website. But let me tell you, if you do go and look at his website, it's dangerous because you just see the pipes and you're like, oh, they're fantastic quality though, absolutely amazing. I did have a look at Steve Johnson's website again, because as you know, I've got one of his little, that first pipe I bought, that little one, but unfortunately he's retired now. So it says on his website when you go to the sales page that he no longer makes pipes or e-pipes anymore, so he must have retired, which is sad because they were nice, good quality but economical e-pipes. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're the quality of this, but that's reflected in the price. They were still damn good pipes for the money that you got, you know, the money you spent. But sadly he's no longer in the business, so there you go. But I can heartily recommend Underwood Mods if you're interested in a quality e-pipe. Okay, so that's it. Just thought I'd make a short video, let you know what I'm getting up to, and as always, I'll see you again in the next video.